Good morning. Shabbat Shalom. It is lovely to be together, doing this in person together inside. Though if you're watching us and joining us online, you might not realise it feels like it's outside. We may as well be outside for the weather. So for those of us who are here, just to say there are some blankets in the corner. Those blankets have served us very well. So thank you to Kron, who sorted them all out a good 18 months ago when we first realised we were going to need them. So please go and get yourself a blanket if you need. There is no shame in being freezing when there's a cold north wind blowing straight through the youth hall. If you are joining us online, just to say that to join the service, there is a special booklet that you can find through the Aelith website. And you can also find there our Torah portion for this morning as well. As ever, the idea of this service is just to give us the opportunity to sing our way into and through Shacharit. We are in no rush. There is time for us to sing together and to breathe together. When we get to the Torah service, we'll work out what we're going to do on the basis of how much time we've got. But the priority is just to have that time to sing together. So, as always, we're going to start by singing together about singing together in the morning. We're at the top of page 2. Ani asher zecha v'haranein laboker chasdecha ki haita mizgav li umanos v'yom tzali v'ani asher zecha v'haranein laboker chasdecha ki haita mizgav li umanos b'yom tzali uzi eilecha azamera asher zecha v'haranein labo לבוקר חסדך, כי היית משגב לי ומנוס ביום צלים. ואני אשיר זכר וארנה לבוקר חסדך, כי היית משגב לי ומנוס ביום צלים. We're just going to take a moment to read for ourselves the Sheyat, the morning blessing in which we give thanks for the gift of our bodies before we sing at the bottom of page 2. I thank you for my life, body and soul. Help me realize I'm beautiful and whole. I'm perfect the way I am, and a little broken too. I will each day as a gift I give to you. Oh my gosh, is it coffee? Can you go get a small thing? Whoa.
Shenatatabi, Shenatatabi. Tehorahi, Tehorahi. Elohai, Elohai. Neshama, Neshama. Shenatatabi, Shenatatabi. Tehorahi, Tehorahi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'tselem Elohim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shelo asani nochri. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shelo asani aved. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asali kol tzorki. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish arumim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kufufim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechin mitzadei gaver. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozei Yisrael b'gvura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam otei Yisrael b'tifara. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanotein leya'ef koach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hama'avi sheinam einai utnuma me'afapai. Elohai, Elohai. Neshama, Neshama. Shenatatabi, Shenatatabi. Tehorahi, Tehorahi. Elohai, Elohai. Neshama, Neshama. Shenatatabi, Shenatatabi. Tehorahi, Tehorahi. Le'olam yehei adam yirei shamayim b'seitek v'galui u'modeh al ha'emet v'dover emet bilvavo. We should always be in awe of God in private as well as in public, speak the truth aloud and mean it in our hearts. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz. Bayom hahu yihiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Hoshienu Adonai Eloheinu lehadot l'shem kodshecha lehishtabech b'tilatecha.
Baruch Adonai Elohei Yisrael, min ha'olam va'ad ha'olam, ve'amar kol ha'am amen. Hallelujah. Kol ha'neshama tehallel, hallelujah. Kol ha'neshama Baruch Shema Vaya Haolam, Baruch Hu, Baruch Omev Oseh, Baruch Ozeh Umekayim, Baruch Oseh Bereshit, Baruch Merachem al Haaretz, Baruch Merachem al Habriot, Baruch Meshalem Sachar Tov L'Re'av, Baruch Ma'aveh Afela Umevi Orah, Baruch El-Chai La'ad V'Kayam L'Netzach, Baruch She'en Lefanav Avla, V'lo Shicha V'lo Masof Anim, V'lo Mikach Shochad, Tzadik Hu B'chol Derachav, V'chasid B'chol Ma'asav, Baruch Podeh U'Matziel, Baruch Menachi U'Menucha, Li'amo Yisrael B'yom Shabbat Kodesh, Baruch Hu U'Baruch Shemo U'Baruch Zichro Le'ol Me'ad. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, HaMelech HaGadol VaHaKadosh Av HaRachaman, Mehulal B'fi Amo, Mishubach Mfahar B'lshon Kol Chasidav V'Avadav, ובשירי דוד עבדך, נהללך אדוני אלוהינו, בשבחות ובזמירות, נהודך נגדלך, נפארך ונמליכך, ונזכיר שמך מלכנו אלוהינו, יחיד חיי עולמים, משובח ומפואר שמו עד עד, ברוך אתה אדוני, מלך מהולל בתשבחות. טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון. יאי לי לי להגיד בבוקר, בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. להגיד בבוקר, בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון. טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון. יאי לי לי להגיד בבוקר, בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. להגיד בבוקר, בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות.
עלי אסור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון וחינור, כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך ארנן. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. איש בעל לא ידע, וכסיל לא יבין עצות. בפרח רשעים כמו עשב, ויציצו כל פועלי אבן, להישמדם עדי עד. ואתה מרום לעולם אדוני, כי הנה אויביך אדוני, כי הנה אויביך יאבדו, יתפדו כל פועלי אבן. ותרם קרן קני בלותי בשמן רענן, ותבט עיני בשורי, וקמים עלי מרעים, תשמענה אוזני. צדיק אתה מה יפרח, כארץ בלבנון ישגה, שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו. עוד ינובון בסבב, דשנים דרעננים יהיו להגיד כי אפשר אדוני סורי ולא הבלטה בו. אדוני מלך גאות לבש, לבש אדוני עוז התעזה. אבתיקון תבל בל תימות, נכון כיסך מאז מעולם אתה. נשאו נהרות אדוני, נשאו נהרות קולם, יישאו נהרות דוח ים. מקולות מים, מים רבים, אדירים אדירים, נשברי ים. מקולות מים, מים רבים, אדירים אדירים, משברי ים. אדיר במרום ילילי, אדיר במרום ילילי, אדיר במרום אדוני ילילי, אדיר במרום ילילי, אדיר במרום ילילי, אדיר במרום אדוני. עדותיך נאמנו מאוד, לביתך נאווה קודש, אדוני לאורך ימים. Top of page 11, we're just, before we move into Daily Hallel, just going to take a moment to sing from Psalm 121. Maker of heaven and earth, my help will come from God. Maker of heaven and earth, may I in Yavo, Yavo Ezri, may I in Yavo, Yavo Ezri. Esa Einai El Harim, Esa Einai El Harim. Hashemayim, Hallelujah, b'meromim, Hallelujah, kol melachav, Hallelujah, kol tzva'av, Hallelujah, shemesh v'yareach, Hallelujah, kol kofeor, Hallelujah, shemei Hashemayim, v'shamayim, Hashemei al Hashemayim. Hallelujah, Shem Adonai, ki hu tziva v'nivra'u v'yamidem li'ad le'olam, chok natan v'lo yavo. Hallelujah, Shem Adonai, ki hu tziva v'nivra'u v'yamidem li'ad le'olam, chok natan v'lo yavo. I'm rather regretting not having included the whole of Psalm 148 in our booklet, because it goes on to say, praise God through rain and wind and snow. It's one of the few psalms which really acknowledges the possibility of the kind of weather that at home you are not experiencing because you're nicely warm in your living rooms, that we are unfortunately experiencing through the windows with the wind going through us as everyone slowly kind of wraps up a little bit warmer. And only Loretta has thought to bring really big heavy gloves with her, which is what we all kind of need right now. We are going to turn to the middle of page 12. Baruch Adonai le'olam, Amen v'Amen. Baruch Adonai Elohim Elohei Yisrael, Osei niflaot levado, u'baruch Shem kvodo le'olam, v'yimalech kvodo et kol ha'aretz. Amen v'Amen. Nishmat Chai, tevarech et shimcha, Adonai Eloheinu, v'ruach kol basar tefa'eh u'tromem zechrecha malkeinu
תמיד מן העולם ועד העולם אתה אל ומבלעדיך אין לנו מלך כהל ומושיע פודה ומציל ונאה ועונה ומרחם בכל עת צרה וצוקה אין לנו מלך עוזב וסומך זולתך אלוהי הראשונים והאחרונים אלוה כל בריות אדון כל תולדות המהולל בכל התשבחות המנהג עולמו בחסד ובריאותיו ברחמים ואדוני לא ינום ולא ישן, המאורה ישנים והמקיץ נרדמים, מחיה מתים ורופא חולים, פוקח עיוורים וזוקף כפופים, לך לבדך אנחנו מודים.
Finu male shira shira chayam o shonenu ri nakahamon hamon galav Ilu finu male shira 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 ayamri nakahamon hamon galav Ochenan marom v'kadosh shemo v'katuv ranenu tzadikim Adonai layesharim navat tehila mefi yesharim titromam uvedivrei tzadikim titbarach uvilshon chasidim titkadash uvekerev kedoshim tithalal.
Up to this point, we have, halachically at least, been singing together as individuals. With Yishtabach, we come together as a community in prayer. It's the first point at which we need a minyan according to Jewish law. So it's important that as we come together as a community, we also recognise that we are a community with those joining us online. So, Abby, if you could give us the wide shot. So that everyone can see. Well, and if you just look at that, if everyone just here just says hello to that camera up there. There we go. If you said the cameras, those three cameras up there. Hello. Great. And we're going to rise together. We're on page 16.
Yishtabach Shimcha le'ad malkeinu Ha'el ha'melech ha'gadol ha'kadosh B'shamayim u'ba'aretz Ki lachana Adonai Eloheinu Ve'Elohei avoteinu Le'olam va'ed Shir u'shvacha, kedusha u'malchut, barakot v'hoda'od,
B'shimcha
ha'gadol, ha'kadosh, u'me'olam v'ad olam ata'el, Baruch atah Adonai, borei chol ha'neshamot, ribon kol ha'ma'asim, ha'bochei b'shirei zimra, melechei
ha'olamim.
Lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai.
Baraknu et Adonai ha'mavorach.
Baruch Adonai ha'mavorach le'olam ha'ed. Baruch Adonai ha'mavorach le'olam ha'ed. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, yai
Lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzei or u'vorei choshech, osei shalom u'vorei et hakol. Hakol yeducha v'hakol yishabechucha, v'hakol yomru ein kadosh kadonai. Hame'ir la'olam kulo yoshvav, u'v'tuvo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid ma'aseh b'reishit. Marabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam b'chochma asita, malach ha'aretz kinyanecha. Hamelech hamromam levado me'az, המשובח והמפואר והמתנשא ממות עולם. אלוהי עולם, רחמך הרבים רחם עלינו. אדון עוזנו צור משגבנו, מגן אישנו משגב בעדנו. אור חדש על ציון תאיר, ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו. ברוך אתה אדוני, יוצא המאורות. Ahava Rabbah,
Ahava Rabbah, Ahava Rabbah, Ahava Rabbah, Ahavtanu, Ahava Rabbah,
Ahava Rabbah,
Ahava Rabbah,
Ahava Rabbah,
Ahava Rabbah,
Ahava Rabbah,
Ahavtanu,
Ahavtanu,
Ahavtanu, Adonai Eloheinu.
Ahava Rabbah,
Ahava Rabbah,
Ahava Rabbah,
Ahava Rabbah, Ahava Rabbah, Ahavtanu, Ahava Rabbah,
Ahava Rabbah,
Ahava Rabbah, have loved us. With deep love you have loved us. Adonai Eloheinu. With deep love you have loved us. With deep love you have loved us. With deep love you have loved us. Adonai Eloheinu. Ahava Rabbah. Ahava Rabbah. Ahava Rabbah. Ahava Rabbah. Ahava Rabbah.
With deep love you have loved us, and with great and overflowing tenderness you have taken pity on us. Source of our life and our sovereign, show us compassion because of your own greatness, and because of our ancestors who trusted in you. For you taught them rules to live by, to do your will with their whole heart. Let our eyes see the light of your teaching, and our hearts embrace your commands. Give us integrity to love you and fear you. So shall we never lose our self-respect, nor be put to shame, for you are the power which works to save us. You chose us from all peoples and tongues, and in love drew us near to your own greatness, to honour you, to declare your unity, and to love you. Blessed are you, God, who chooses your people Israel in love. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Havta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha v'chol ma'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha v'lechtecha v'aderech v'shochbecha v'kumecha v'shartam leot al yadecha v'hayu lototafot beinenecha v'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha v'visharecha. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el bnei Yisrael v'mata alehem, v'asu lahem tzitzit al kanfei bigdeihem ledorotam, v'natnu al tzitzit hakanaf b'tihol techelet, v'haya lachem letzitzit horitem oto uzchatem ekol mitzvot Adonai v'asitem otam v'lo taturu acharei levavchem v'acharei neichem asher atem zonim achareihem למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם. When we were discussing last night's service as a clergy team, one of the things we kind of realised and came across was that it felt inappropriate to be singing
Michamocha, words about crossing water joyfully on a Shabbat after people had died trying to cross water to get to freedom. Cantor Tamara spoke about it a little last evening. So we're just going to take a moment to read the Geulah for ourselves, and then when we get to the top of page 24, we will sing Geulah, but unlike Moses and Miriam and the children of Israel, we will do so not with joy, but with sadness in our hearts. Yisrael, Kuma be'ezrat Yisrael, Go'aleinu Adonai Tzavot Shemo, Kadosh Yisrael, Baruch Ata Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Adonai Svatai Tiftach, Adonai Svatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Adonai Svatai Tiftach, Adonai Svatai Tiftach,
ופי תהילתך ופי יגיד תהילתך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואלוהי אמותינו, אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון גומר חסדים טובים קונה הכל, וזוכה חסדי אבות ואמהות, ומביא גואל לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם פוקד שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמנת לחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
And we're continuing individually, coming together on page 31.
Imrei fi v'hegion libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri v'goali v'goali L'ratzon Imrei fi
הגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני, צורי וגואלי וגואלי. עושה שלום למרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. נאמרתו ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד. How good it is, how good it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Name our tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Name our tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Name our tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Name our tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. I meant while we were singing to take the Torah scroll out of the ark, but completely forgot. So just hum to yourselves while I do that a minute. I thought we will read Torah as an act of study, but I think to be able to be together with Torah is actually quite a wonderful thing. So it would be a shame not to also have the ability to read Torah. So here's a scroll. Great. So if you would like to just take your seats, I'm hoping that's visible to people who are joining at home as well. So our Torah portion for this morning is the beginning of Parashat Vayeshev. We're reading from the beginning of the story of Joseph. We're just going to read
the first few verses at the beginning of the story, Genesis 37, 1-8, which you can find on a special sheet. I'm hoping that someone, Justin, will follow in the scroll while I chant after we have the opportunity to say the blessing for study together. If we're going to study, we ought to have just a moment of study. So just to talk a little bit about the beginning of the portion, I spoke a bit to this last night as well. So one of the things that has kind of happened in the Lloyd Webberification of the Joseph story is that it's become about the coat, right? Joseph and his coat of many colours. And actually, the story is not about the coat. The coat is part of it. It's one of the things that goes wrong. But actually, the crisis of relationship is about how they speak to each other. The coat is just one part of it. And as we read through and sing through this portion, one of the things that we will notice is that it's all about dialogue and it's all about the way that they speak. So Joseph gossips about his brothers. He's talking badly of them behind their back. He then boasts to them. And we get a number of times the words around speaking kind of come up and again in our portion. And at the heart of the bit that we're reading is this crisis of relationship, which is expressed by the phrase about the brothers, "V'lo yachlu dabro l'shalom." They're not able to talk to him to peace. And there are all sorts of different ways of understanding that. It's normally translated as they didn't have a friendly thing to say about him. But there are a number of different ways of understanding it. One is, the way the Midrash understands it is that they always told him the truth about how they were feeling, which is an odd way of reading it, but that they never kind of, they never couched it in, they didn't give a feedback sandwich in the way that you would need. But also, really what it means is they couldn't use their words. They didn't find a way to have the conversations that were difficult and to use their words to speak with one another properly. So what we have here is not just a crisis of parenting, which we do, but also and mainly a crisis of words, a crisis of the ability to talk to each other properly. And of course, one of the things we know in our families and in our friendships and in our community is that it's words that always get at the place where we fall down. Right? It's our ability to speak with each other, to find ways of having difficult conversations with love and care, not being able to give feedback well, but also not being able to, or hiding away from the difficult conversation, saying it to each other rather than bringing bad reports to one another, rather than actually speaking to people properly. So the insight of the Joseph story is, or an insight of the Joseph story is that it's words that are at the heart of this and the heart of how we are with each other, which was studied before we said the blessing for study, which is the wrong way around. It's really cold. Let's say the blessing for study. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. So let's get the scroll. Justin, are you happy to follow for me? Great. So we are Vayeshev. Oh yeah, great. So Justin will follow in the scroll and I will chant. So this has one of my favourite bits of the way the Masoretes put the music notes to the Torah. So if you, just before Joseph is going to tell his dream to his brothers, it has a note that goes, nah, 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 nah. And it's like, I'm sure they did this stuff on purpose, like really knowingly. So before he tells the dream, it goes, nah, 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 nah. So anyway, you'll hear it. Vayeshev Yaakov be'eretz megorei aviv be'eretz Kna'an hele toldot Yaakov Yosef ben 17 shana haya ro'eh et echav batzon v'hu na et b'nei Bilha v'et b'nei Zilpa neshei aviv v'yaveh Yosef et dibatam ra'a al avihem v'Yisrael ahav et Yosef mikol banav
כיוון זקנים הוא לו, ועשה לו כתונת פסים. ויראו אחיו, כי אותו אהב אביהם מכל אחיו. וישנאו אותו, ולא יכלו דברו לשלום. ויחלום יוסף חלום, ויגע לאחיו, ויוסיפו עוד שנוא אותו. ויאמר עליהם, שמעו נא החלום הזה אשר חלמתי. והנה אנחנו עלומים בתוך השדה. והנה קמה אלומתי וגם ניצבה. והנה תשאו בהנה אלומותיכם, ותשתחוונה לאלומתי. ויאמרו לו אחיו, המלוך תמלוך עלינו, ומשול תמשול בנו. ויוסיפו עוד שנוא אותו על חלומותיו ועל דבריו. Let's say together the blessing after studying Torah. We're on page 32 of our booklets. Paravna Adonai Eloheinu et divrei tratcha b'finu v'fi amcha beit Yisrael v'nehiyeh anachnu v'tzetzaenu v'tzetzai amcha beit Yisrael kulanu yodei shemecha v'lomdei tratcha lishma baruch atah Adonai Hamlamed Torah Le'amor Yisrael. If you'll just bear with me a moment, I will just put the scroll away, and I'm just going to ask someone to just hold the scroll while we sing together our prayer for healing and say Kaddish D'Rabbanan as well. Let me just do this first. I'm very aware of Brenda watching me as I manhandle the mantle that she's made. Someone's going to have to help me. Jude.
Do you want me to take it?
No, just... okay, great. Thank you. Bro. Excellent. Linda, you have yard sight. If you just hold that for us whilst we and we'll stand together, and we're going to sing together in this moment where we would normally say community prayers. Let's sing together prayer for healing on the bottom of page 32.
Let's recite Kaddish de Rabbanan, the Kaddish that we say after a period of study. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, ba'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chayei dichol beit Yisrael, ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam al'almei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ah v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithada v'yitale v'yithalal shemei l'kudsha b'rechu le'ela min kol bechata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata diamiran ba'alma v'imru amen. Al Yisrael v'al Rabbanan v'al Talmidehon v'al kol Talmidehon v'al kol man diaskim b'oraita Di ba'at rahadain v'di b'chol ata v'ata. Yehi lahon ulachon, shlama rabba, china v'chizta v'rachamin, v'chayin arichin, umizona revicha ufarkana, min kodam avuhon di v'shmaya, v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim tovim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol ha'olam, v'imru, amen. As we return the scroll to the ark, let's sing together Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom b'mroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. I just say if you're joining us online and would like to hear Rabbi Elliott's sermon, that's going to begin in a couple of minutes if you want to log on to that instead. If you're here, you can also you can go downstairs and hear his sermon. We're going to keep singing.
Shalom.
page 35. Eino,
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 Eino, Eino, Eino,
Eino,
Eino, Eino.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו.
Eino,
Eino,
Eino, Eino, Eino.
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Eino,
Eino, Eino, Eino, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכין על תוזו בכוכי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד.
Eino,
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 Eino.
אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבותה אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים נמל, ועל הארץ מתחת עינות.
Eino,
עינות,
Eino,
עינות,
Eino,
עינות,
Eino,
עינות,
Eino.
עינות, עינות, עינות,
Al Cain, Nakavelecha Adonai Eloheinu, Lirot Mehera B'Tiferet Uzecha, L'Havig Lulim Min Haaretz, V'Halilim Karot Yikreitun, L'Taken Olam B'Malchut Shaddai, V'Chol B'nei Vasai Yikru V'Shmecha, L'Havnot Elecha Korishe Aretz, Yakiru V'Yedu Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ki Shutafim Kulanu B'Tikun Olamecha, Ki HaMalchut Shelcha Hi, Ula'ol Me'ad Timloch B'Chavod, Kakatu b'toratecha, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Nema v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz. Bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad. Ushamo, Ushamo, Ushamo Echad. We turn to page 37 of our booklet and prepare to sanctify the name of God with the words of the Mourner's Kaddish. On this Shabbat, we join with the family of John Ruck in mourning his death. John was the brother of our member Sue Balsam. We also stand with all of those in the Shloshim and the Shana, the period since the loss of a loved one. And together we mark the Yard Site, the anniversary of the death of a number of those who we remember this morning. So as a community, we remember Olivia Adler, Jack Bellman, Elfrida Burney, Stanley Black, Cyril Blorston, Howard Block, John Deckers, Max Friedman, Aline Glatter, Rodolfo Goldbacher, Dennis Green, Michael Greenblatt, Claire Hirsch, Sidney Hyams, Jack Jacobs, Kitty Keane, Lily Kerner, Phyllis Kupfer, Beatrice Lass, Lily Lederman, Rita Rosenberg, Fenella Lemonsky, David Levinson, Hans Lowenthal, Allegra Medina, Nat Mellows, Gerald Moscow, Elkin Moscow, Doreen Ossack, Carol Rosenfeld, Sheila Silverman, Hazel Smith, Judith Smith, Elizabeth Spencer, Hugo Strauss, Regina Tesla, Phoebe Vincent,
and Montefiore White. Peter, do you want to add your father's name? Paul Buckman. So I invite all those who mourn to join with me in leading the Mourners' Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ba'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon u'v'yamechon. U'v'chayei dichol beit Yisrael. Ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevarach le'elam l'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'a v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitada v'yitalei v'yitalal Shemei de'kudsha.
Barichu.
La'ela min kol bechata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Diamiran ba'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol ha'olam v'imru. Amen. So one of the interesting phenomena we're kind of getting used to over these 7 weeks since we began being properly open again is lots of things need getting used to again. So the habits that we've fallen out of, the things that we don't think of, that we're just part of the rhythm of life. So my timings may have gone slightly skew this morning. We are going to be a little bit earlier than those who are joining us downstairs. We will make Kiddush up here, and then obviously you're welcome to stay for those who wish, or to head home. I think maybe there was a bit of it which was also that my fingers are freezing, so my body was saying, skip something, skip something. But we are going to enjoy singing together Adon Olam together. We'll then make Kiddush with those who are at home before we finish. So we're on page 38. Okay, we need to warm our feet as well. Adon Olam,
Hashem Olam, B'terem kol Yitzin Ivram, Le'eg Nasa, Kechetz HaKol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Adon Olam Hashem Olam, B'terem kol Yitzin Ivram, Le'eg Nasa, Kechetz HaKol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra,
Ve'acharei,
Kiklot HaKol, Adoyim Lo Knora,
V'hu haya,
V'hu Haya,
V'hu hoveh,
V'hu Hoveh, V'hu Yeh, V'tifara,
Adon Olam,
Lama Hashem Alach, B'terem kol Yitzin Ivram, Le'eg Nasa, Kechetz HaKol,
Azai
Melech Shemo Nikra, V'hu Echad, V'yein Sheni, Lehamshir Lo, L'hachira, B'li Reshit, B'li Tachlit, V'lo Ha'od, V'ha'mitzvah,
Adon Olam,
Hashem Alach, B'terem kol Yitzin Ivram,
Le'eg Nasa,
Kechetz HaKol,
Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, V'hu Eli,
V'hu Eli,
V'chai Goali,
V'chai Goli, Suchev li b'yom tzara,
V'hu Nisi,
V'hu Nisi,
Manasi,
Umanusi, Menachkosi b'yom Ekra,
Adon Olam,
Lama Hashem Alach, B'terem kol Yitzin Ivram,
Le'eg Nasa, Kechetz HaKol.
V'yahador Af kidruchi Be'etishan ve'aira Be'imruchi Keviati Adonai li Velo ira
Adonai olam
Malach B'terem kol yetzir nivra Yedasach hefsachon Azayin melech shemo nikra.
So we are going to rise together. We'll make Kiddush for those who want to stay. There is food downstairs, there's wine downstairs, and also challah as well. If you are joining us online and want to join with us in making Kiddush, then please do so. Feels a little paltry, doesn't it? But there we go. Let's sing together. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי
Shabbat v'yinafash.
זכור את יום השבת לקדשו. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא בריא
Hagafen.
I'll smell it at least. And so this is frozen. I don't think. Funny, I don't think it was frozen when we started and it came upstairs. I think it was nice and warm when it came upstairs, and it's just got frozen to being here. Before we make kamotzi for those who are going to eat, can I just say how lovely it is to have the Sydney Corrib House with us? I think that is. So it's really lovely that you are with us this morning. It's been a joy being able to pray with you over the last year. It's great that you're here with us. Let's say hamotzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Someone has to eat a little bit, otherwise it was a bracha vatelah, a wasted blessing, and that would be taking God's name in vain. I haven't touched it, it's fine. Okay. So we're going to have to eat in there. It is. We're just going to do our last important thing, which is to wish those people who are at home Shabbat Shalom. So we're going to look at that camera over there. If you're waving at the screen, you're not waving at the camera. The camera's over there. Great. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to give you the opportunity to unmute yourselves as well. I hope Abby can do that for us, so we can speak to you. Shabbat Shalom. Maybe. No, it's not working. Okay, we'll do it by waving. Shabbat Shalom. Oh, yes, there you go. Shabbat Shalom. Oh, great.
Right, okay.
I think they gathered that.
They shut it down.